Hello again, everybody. Welcome to our MPTV Coaches Show. Ryan Lindley, Brian Dieters. We took a week off. Still recovering from injury here a little bit, but I'm excited to be back. And Brian, let's just talk boys basketball off the top here. I mean, they've had a ton of success. Big win over St. Ignatius on Saturday, setting up for a huge game later this week against Metamora.
Right. So by the time you guys watch this game will probably already have happened against Metamora. So we're not sure yet, but we're definitely feeling really good and really proud about how the guys have really just had an outstanding stretch since the beginning of the year.
Yeah, double-digit wins in a row now. I mean, Metamora was the last team to beat them, and I think there's definitely that sense of now we get them at home, kind of coming back, maybe a little bit, hesitate to even use the word revenge, but just kind of almost essentially feel like we kind of owe them one.
Yeah, absolutely. It's our gym. Guys have been playing great. Should be a great atmosphere, so obviously best of luck to the guys, and beyond that as well as we get closer to the regionals starting up.
Yeah, let's stick with basketball and talk girls basketball. Obviously, really good for the Lady Potters as well this past week. Got 2 wins over the weekend. Conference win over Metamora on Friday, and then a win over a Galesburg team who was ranked in the top 5 in Class 3A on Saturday. So Lady Potters, I mean, you know, rankings are just one of those things. You don't want to get too involved in them, but they've now got wins over the number 1 team and the number 4 team in the last 2 weeks.
It's great news. It doesn't surprise me, obviously, because we know what this team is capable of doing, and obviously the legendary coaching that exists there with Coach Becker. But I think psychologically, when you're playing teams and they have that ranking and you're beating them, it makes you feel better. Yeah. That's important.
Absolutely. And then kind of speaking of, you know, kind of not necessarily rankings, but you obviously talk about state competitions, kind of you're ranked. I would consider any team who makes state a state ranked team, if you will. And we've got 2 teams that had a lot of success over the weekend at state level or getting ready for state level competitions. We had dance team and bowling advance to their state competitions. So, I mean, that's kind of exciting for those kids as well.
Absolutely. You know, all their teams are working hard. I know I've talked to a couple of the kids that are on the dance team and how they've been, you know, pushing themselves. So congratulations to them.
And we got a chance. The bowlers came in earlier this year and kind of predicted that they didn't necessarily say we're going to state, but they said, you know, that's one of our big goals. So I wanted to get them back now that they've essentially accomplished that goal. And so we had a chance to chat with them as they're preparing for state. So let's hear from our varsity bowlers.
Potters boys bowling here with us, going to state, and we'll let the guys introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Nick Orzel.
My name is Max Carter.
My name is Weston Sadler.
I'm Aiden Lamar.
I'm Henry Jones.
My name is Chase Hopper.
All right, and first question for any of you that wants to jump in with this, just kind of talk about sectionals. You know, you guys got in there, I think you finished 3rd. Maybe, I talked to Aiden a little bit earlier and said maybe, you know, you didn't think it was your best run, but you're going to state, so it's got to feel pretty good.
Aiden, you want to take that one?
Yeah, sure. So we finished 4th. The top 4 teams made it, so we barely survived, and we'll take it. It's a trip to state. Not the best outing, but we learned a lot of things, and we're ready to give it a run this Saturday.
Awesome. Maybe next question, just talk to me about kind of what's lessons, especially you guys that are maybe older, been on the team a couple years, what are some of the lessons from the previous years that you're going to use as you get to state here?
I think our biggest thing is we just have to stay positive and keep being active throughout the whole time. Sometimes you kind of lose your mojo, and that's when you start having your worst games. So I think we just have to stay positive throughout the whole thing.
And then I'm going to turn this around and maybe hand it to one of the younger guys. What has it been like, obviously, getting into bowling at the high school level this year, and what kind of have you learned from that?
Well, the entire environment is just way better than the IESA because obviously older people and as you're the underclass, it's kind of cool to see the older people bowl good.
So awesome. And then I guess we got another one down here that maybe wants to throw an idea out there.
Yeah, it's much better. There's a lot better games. It goes a lot faster. It's a lot more fun too.
Awesome. And then, okay, next question. I think this may be the big one that everybody's on everybody's mind. As you head to state here, kind of what are the keys to success? What do you want to accomplish when you get there?
Thanks. I'm saying we want to accomplish, we want to make it to the second day. Since last year we got 13th, we missed second day by just a couple pins, and today this weekend we want to make it to the second day.
Awesome. And then I guess maybe this should have been the question I asked before that, but kind of talk a little bit about the format. Like for people that maybe don't know a ton about like what it's like when you get there, what's kind of the format of a state bowling competition?
So the format is 5 people bowl. And it's just total pins. And the goal is to get over, how much? Over under?
1,000.
1,000, gotcha. And then maybe last question, who's your competition? Like who do you feel like, some maybe teams you've seen this year, or who's the maybe teams to watch out for when you get there?
So I would say the teams to watch out for, there's back-to-back state champions, Salem. They're definitely a team we're kind of paying attention to and ready to go up against. And a team called Mascuda. And then other than that, that's about it, really.
Awesome. And then I guess I got one more before I let you go. For people that want to get down there and see you guys bowl, where is it and when is it?
It's at St. Clair Bowl in Fairview Heights, Illinois. It's down by St. Louis, and it starts at 9 a.m. on Friday. And then if we make it, we also bowl on 9 a.m. on Saturday.
Awesome. Well, thanks, guys, and good luck.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
That's obviously the boys' bowling side of it. The girls' bowling side still hasn't hit postseason yet, so they've got a little ways to go. But it is, kind of, we mentioned basketball seeds are going to come out soon. As we get into this, last 2 weeks of January, get into February, it happens fast. Like postseason kind of descends upon you.
Yeah, I agree. And the interesting thing I think about the winter time to sports is, we talked about this on earlier shows, it's a long season.
Yes.
But then just like every other season, boom, the postseason hits and you're go. So it's time to hit it to the best of our abilities now for all of our teams. We wish you the best of luck.
Yeah, I want to mention just a couple other teams before we wrap it up this week. Obviously, we mentioned them 2 weeks ago, but our swimmers continue to excel. Drake Shepardson, I was one of the leader, but obviously Landon and Keegan Berkey, I think we mentioned them last week as well, but the three of them helping kind of form a core of our co-op swim team.
Right.
Our wrestlers have been out, every weekend and traveling a bunch. And now getting deeper into conference play. And the Middle Illini is kind of a fearsome wrestling conference.
No question.
But we're hanging around in that top 2 or 3.
Yeah, and I think that's where our guys should be. I know Washington's have been for years, after we kind of ran things for so long in the 90s, been the top of the hill, I guess, in wrestling. But we're right there, and our numbers are great, as we mentioned before. The kids are, I think, motivated, so it's a good thing. We got a good thing going on there.
Yeah, and then just one other team, we mentioned dance going to state. Cheer is been in a couple state competitions. It's kind of interesting how they do that. They have different levels of state competition or different organizations of state competition, but they're getting ready for the IHSA portion of their state competition as well. So
yeah, I think they were in some competitions both Saturday and Sunday last week.
Yeah, so they're kind of, they're really pushing toward their state level. So, I guess the theme here is, in this last week of January, last 2 weeks of January, if you haven't been out to see these teams, get out to the Potter Dome or take a road trip, because everybody's approaching the end of their season, and there's nothing more fun than when you get into that postseason competition.
Amen. Do or die time.
Absolutely. So we'll wrap it up there. For Brian Dieters, I'm Ryan Lindley. Goodbye, everybody.